Hello everyone and welcome to part 1 of my Q&A series. So I've collected questions from a handful of people on both the YouTube comments area and Reddit as well as the Discord. And so I'm going to answer some of them now. Let's see here. Mr. Tim asks, what are the top 3 bands that you have always wanted to see live since you were younger? So I'm just going to assume that you mean bands that I haven't already seen. I have a list somewhere. I've seen like 250-ish bands live. But as far as bands I've never gotten to see, including bands who I'll never be able to see because a member died or something like that. David Bowie's at the top of that list, but rest in peace, obviously that's never going to happen. Gary Newman, which there's still a chance. And the last couple of times he's come around, the tickets have been so expensive. Killing Joke is on that list. I know I'm going to go above 3. Paradise Lost is probably on there. As far as like directly new metal that I never got to see though, I still haven't gotten to see Limp Bizkit. I'd like to see Limp Bizkit live. I've seen Deftones. I've seen Korn. How about Darwin's Waiting Room and Lifer? I would have loved to have seen them live. And I know Lifer reunited, kinda, but I would have liked to have seen them in the early 2000s. But yeah, that's kind of it for that. New Metal for Life asks, are you actually gone from YouTube, or did I get pranked? And what would be your dream tour, whether it be bands that are still active or inactive? What would it be? Okay, so for the first part, you didn't get pranked. It was just, I am leaving, but I pushed the date back because there's still some stuff I want to do. So, yes, I did say I was leaving, but you have me until, as of right now, we're going to say December 31st, 2022. So you have me till the end of the year. 2023, unless something crazy happens, should be gone. Channel will stay up. All the stuff on the channel will stay up. So don't worry about that. Don't unsubscribe. Stay subscribed. But yeah, so I'm just going to go away after that. Cool? Cool. What would be your dream tour? So based on your username, I will stick to strictly new metal here. Let's give myself a limit of 6 bands. 6 bands I would like to see tour together in the new metal spectrum. Let's put Limp Bizkit at the top. Reveille, Dragpipe, Lifer. So that's 4. Nothing Face. And for something a little different, let's put... Actually, let's break my rule. I'm going to do 7. American Head Charge and Godhead. That's my 7-band tour. And I think it would be great. System 1999. How did you discover Fear the Clown? Many years ago, as I've mentioned in a different video, I ran a MySpace page called the New Metal Tribute page. Very good name, I know. Very original. So I worked on it. At one point, I had a mod on it named Tim Manson and another cat named Dan Malsey. He wasn't really a mod, but he was the guy who sent me a bunch of info. Because as much as I was doing digging, my knowledge of the new metal underground at the time, which was 2004, 2005-ish, wasn't that strong. I knew some of the second level, or I knew a lot of the second level bands, but deeper than that, I hadn't really dug yet. And one of the bands that was shown to me, I remember specifically, 54 Vision was one that was shown to me, and Fear the Clown was another one that was shown to me. And I think there was a couple other ones, but Fear the Clown stuck out because they had such a unique sound that I was like, I was like, oh, they're like very atmospheric. I hadn't heard System yet, but I was like, Within was the album that was shown to me, and yeah, so like immediately, like something drew me to it. Like I loved the atmosphere of it. Like it was super melodic, and the guy's voice took some adjusting, because at first I was like, it's kind of weird, but like not tone deaf, but like definitely like seemed to just kind of uh can't describe how I what I want to say here, but yeah, like the voice stood out to being like, I was like, I'm not sure if this is good, but musically I was really into it, and then over time I got used to the vocals. And then if you go back and you listen to System, it sounds almost like a completely different band. It's far more aggressive. But yeah, that's how I heard Fear the Clown. Let's see here. Oh, good. This will be a good question. Olaf Mortensen writes, what percentage of your collection is readily available mainstream albums? I have no idea what you're talking about. All I listen to is underground nu metal. Like, literally. That's all I listen to. So, any of this readily available mainstream album nonsense that you're trying to spew on my channel is a bunch of malarkey, sir. Sir. Malarkey. So that's it for the YouTube comments here. Now let's go to Reddit. Oh, there's a bunch of questions. Okay, cool. Reading this is gonna be fun. AC Boy 558 writes, are you gonna leave, maybe, the channel and the community? How does it feel after doing it? That was fun being with us, this community detox. We all gonna miss you. Thanks for the things you did for us. I don't know if all of you are gonna miss me. As I said earlier, am I gonna leave the channel? Yes. The channel's not getting deleted. The community, no. Like, I mean, I'm always gonna be a nu metal fan. That's not going away. Will I be as active? Probably not. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do. So, like, I don't want to, like... I have a hard time multitasking, so if I focus hard on one thing, then, like, I don't give myself enough time to do other things, and I have a bunch of other projects I want to do. So this is going to help me delegate my focus and, like, push it off of this. And who knows, maybe I will come back and, like, or occasionally drop something, like, because I do the full album things. So maybe if occasionally if I come across something that isn't on YouTube or something, I'll upload it. But, like, it just won't be active. How does it feel after doing it? Good and bad. I feel like I did well, not great. And the fact that, one of the problems that I feel plagued my channel was the fact that it never felt truly focused. And the thing is, that's just not how I am. Like, I don't focus on one singular thing. Like, I didn't want to just post nothing but full albums on the channel. Like, I wanted a variety of things, because there's so many other channels that do it. There's so many channels that do the full album, the singular songs, I'm trying to think of other stuff, or the reactions. Like, so I wanted a variety of that. I wanted my lists. I wanted to sprinkle in some non-nu metal stuff, which people frickin' hated. I wanted to do gaming stuff, which everyone ignored. I tried doing football stuff, everyone ignored. Which, I mean, that's on me. Especially if, like, people are coming there specifically for one thing, which a lot of them were coming for the full albums or the top 100 nu metal list or the follow-up, like, 10 or 50 more nu metal albums to check out. Like, I get it, but, like, my personality, like, I like a bunch of different things, and I like to share a bunch of things. However, like, to directly answer your question, I did enjoy it, and I have a brain full of useless frickin' musical knowledge, and getting it out there I felt was useful. Even if I helped, like, 5 people find a few new bands, I succeeded. I did it. Is everyone going to like my content? Is everyone going to like me? Absolutely not. But I did enjoy it for the most part. I met some really cool people along the way, who I wouldn't have had I not been doing all this. Had I not been, like, digging deep into the nu metal community when I was, or the Reddit community when I was, nu metal in general when I was, like, other people who are also big fans of the genre. So I met a bunch of cool people. I met some not so cool people, but the cool people outweigh them. So I am glad I did it. But yeah, it's definitely kind of run its course for me, doing the YouTube thing. But I don't know why he did that long space. Alright, so 2 more people, but each of them have a bunch of questions. Sorry, I had to burp. Flametown. Hello, Detox. How are you doing? Oh god, he's got 5 questions. 1. Do you have any advice for my YouTube channels? 2. What bands do you wish that they return? 3. What album that you are glad that you got in your collection? 4. What is least favorites album of your collection? 5. Did you listen to new Bleed song and what did you think of it? Let's see. So, do I have any advice for your YouTube channel? I looked before I did this because I know you're Risky Biscuit. And you're another one of the I'm going to upload a bunch of singular tracks that are part of a full album channels. So there's 2 ways to go about this. And maybe I'm not the right person to give advice based on what I just said. But from what I can tell, either if you're going to keep doing what you're doing, you either go hard at it or you change it up. Sprinkle in some other stuff. Like if you're dead set on I just want to upload singular tracks that like then make a full album playlist or whatever on your channel, sure, that's perfectly fine, and other channels do it, and there's other channels who are doing well doing it. But if you're gonna try and do it and your goal is to get more eyes on your channel, you either have to, 1, post a crap ton. Like you just keep shoveling it out, because there's people like Nu Metal Forever, there's people like what's his freaking name, Hep B MZFK, freaking the Russian dude, and there's like a few other channels who are just like pushing that stuff out, like it's like their feed is filled with this sort of stuff. So that's your competition, like, and so either you compete with them or you find stuff that isn't up on YouTube and you post it, because a lot of the stuff they're posting is stuff that already exists on YouTube. They just think they're smart. But yeah, so if you can do that, maybe you got a shot. But I would like I do the list things, and I feel that like kind of helps me stand out a little bit, because not a lot of other people, save from like Necrocannibal from years ago, who did a lot of the recommendation lists, which I loved, and I wish Necrocannibal would come back. But yeah, so either keep pushing, like they also both have both of them have like Facebook groups too, with a whole crap ton of members, and they also just, on top of letting other people post stuff in those groups, they fill the feed up with their own stuff, so it gets more eyes on it there too. So like you kind of got to work it. Like it seems from the outside in, it looks a little scummy, but if that's what you are trying to do, that's what you kind of got to do. So yeah, just shovel stuff, bring variety, or share stuff that does not currently exist on YouTube, like stuff people haven't heard yet, which is getting harder and harder, unless you're one of like the weird Russian hoarders who has stuff that is on Discogs but nobody's ever heard. Yeah, that's the advice I'd give you. But best of luck. What bands do you wish that they returned? Uh, well, I assume we're talking new metal as well. Um, Dragpipe, Darwin's Waiting Room, Reveille, or Genuflect. Um, who else was broken up? Unloco, Nothing Face, unfortunately, rest in peace, Matt Holt. Uh, who else is broken up? American Head Charges and Tatters. Like, I'd love to hear another War of Art style album again. Proper Union Underground, like the actual band, not Brian Scott pretending he's Union Underground and reuniting the band 5 or 6 years ago and not releasing anything since. I know there's a crap ton more. I just can't think of any right now. What album that you were glad in collection? I don't know. I'm happy with a lot of the stuff in my collection. I'm trying to think of anything specific. I'm glad to have some of the harder to find things. Like, I have Apartment 26's Within album. I've got Unloco's Useless EP. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. It's the problem when you have like 2,000 albums. What is your least favorite albums in your collection? Oh, that's actually not that difficult. I had a phase where I was really big into trying to deep dive on like 90s alternative rock, because a bunch of those bands I do like, but like I had almost exclusively heard like radio singles. And it turns out a lot of those bands, their radio singles sound nothing like the rest of their album. Bare Naked Ladies is a big example. Like, I have the album with It's All Been Done and 1 Week on it, and those 2 songs are fine. The rest of that album is terrible. It's like, I don't even know what you call that. Like indie folk rock bullshit. Like, I hate that shit. Blech. So yeah, a lot of the one-hit wonder albums where the songs just, like, the singles were fine, but like the actual album itself sucked. And that was a reason I stopped buying albums for a long time, where I just knew the singles before properly checking them out. I've since waned off of that. Now I just try a bunch of weird shit. But usually I stay away from like the 90s alternative rock bands. I have enough of those albums. And did you listen to the new Bleed? I've never heard Bleed. So, no. I got nothing. Sorry. Okay. Last person to ask me questions. United Philosophy 121. Yo, Detox, love the channel. 1. Do you like Nerve Pitch? 2. Favorite non-new bands? 3. Rarest CD in your collection? Do I like Nerve Pitch? I just heard Nerve Pitch for the first time. I listened to Stitches. I reacted to it on my channel. It was good. I haven't heard anything else yet. Favorite non-new bands? The majority of my favorite bands are non-new, so this will be an easy question. Marilyn Manson, Alice Cooper, 9 Inch Nails, Gary Newman, David Bowie, Cradle of Filth, Monster Magnet, Paradise Lost, Skepticism, DeLorean, Carcass, Immortal. I'm trying to think. Napalm Death, Typo Negative. I guess that's kind of it. There's a bunch more, but I feel that's probably enough. Rarest CD in my collection. I have the 7-inch single framed of Skepticism's Towards My End. And I love... Wait, is it Towards My End or Towards the End? Crap. But yeah, that took me a really long time to get a hold of. And now I have it. And I've never played it because I don't have a record player. But I love that band, and I was super happy to have it. That's why it's framed. But yeah, that's it. So that was part 1. if anybody has any more questions, you can ask questions in the old video. You can ask questions in the comments section of here. The Reddit thread is still active. You can go ask questions there. Comment on the Discord. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that'll be part 1. We'll see you for part 2 if there's more questions. So, peace.